What's up, everybody? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. Um, Hopefully, some of you guys listened on Spy. So on Saturday, we covered um, a bounce, second sig, third sig. Um, is this is Friday? Where's Monday? Here we go. So this morning we came down just about. Well, let me switch so I can see exactly what happened. There we go. Okay. Came down, hit the third sig, got a nice bounce. Um, I don't remember exactly what I said for profit targets, but I'm sure I probably said here and here to take profit. I don't really remember exactly, but um, even if you didn't, you never should have got stopped out. We bounced again off the third sig and just went higher and higher and higher. I know for sure I was saying short up here at our single prints, preferably single prints mid. So if you did close calls and take puts here, dude. Is my stream not working good, YouTube?
Looks fine to me.
I'm getting like errors.
A little delayed.
No, that's normal.
Yeah,
But it's
kind of
saying my
normal.
stream status is poor. Okay. If it stops working, let me know and I'll have to close everything and restart it and make a new video. It'll be a big pain in the butt, but we'll get it done. Um
All right.
so anyway, if you happen to close calls here and take puts, nice. If not, closed here, take puts. I mean, literally, this is our level. Like I said, you want to short somewhere between single prints, second sig, third sig, and preferably single print mid is like really where you want to grab puts. So it's, I mean, let's see how much we're off by. The high was 545.88, and our single print mids was 545 and 90 cents. So 2 cents off. Really can't kind of beat it. Yeah, I don't sell early, Ashton. That's an issue. Devin, that's dope, bro. I would love to see some receipts if you have them. That would be cool. JC, I'll look forward to talking to you. Good evening, everybody. And I'm with JC. Hit the like. Actually, you guys have been killing it. Like the replies and the likes and everything. You guys have been absolutely killing it. So I appreciate that. And a lot of new subscribers as well. So I appreciate that as well. What's up, Bim Turd? Nice name. Yeah, well, that's not going to serve you, Don. We've got to either hit our stop loss or take profit. Like, you have to. You absolutely have to. My beard's looking crazy, bro. All right, let's get into it. We'll start out by looking at some of our plays. So Spy, I mean, just slapped on every single level. You just can't get much better than this. You know, calls here, puts here, like just win-win all around. I know I went over, what was it, Nike. I was kind of having trouble finding levels, but I know I ultimately said, like, this is our zone to buy shares, right? Between 76.30-ish and 70, I want to say. And I said if you absolutely had to play options, calls here, first trim, second trim, close. And, you know, we got a pretty good move from those levels, so money could have been made. That was a requested play. I don't really look back at requested plays too much, but this one stuck out to me because I was really like struggling with trying to figure out how to play such a massive gap down. for options anyway. For shares, that's easy. This is where you buy. Um, so our trades that I called out, Amazon. Um, where's Monday? Here we go. Um, so this is all Friday. Yeah, so just after the open. Sorry, I know I gotta zoom in for you guys. This is not visible. Um, actually, it looks like at the open. Yeah, so our level was hit at the open. We had a little bit of a pullback. Um, and then every level got hit. I need to make sure that I wouldn't have got stopped out on this play, because if I would, then I can't mark this as a win. Right? Oh yeah, I would not get stopped out on this. So yeah, we're solid. Even probably if I was going for 2-1, I mean a 3-1, no, I would have got stopped out. Yeah, but I'm pretty much always like 2-1. I don't really go above that. So yeah, I would not got stopped out on this, and we hit our ultimate close level, 198 and 10 cents. And then I said this is going back to 200. It's going to. We're just, can't go straight up. Slight healthy pullback, higher pullback, higher. So Amazon, absolute banger win. AVGO, absolute slapper if you took it. And just so you guys know, this is going to the moon. I just don't have a play for you. So AVGO, our calls were over 1607 and 50 cents. I think somebody was telling me like they got stopped out, which I could see like looking at it. But the argument I made with them, which, and I'll just cover this just in case there's any new people. Like, so we have levels, right, on the chart. I need to make this more visible for everybody. Higher time frame. So our levels, we have our entry. So as soon as price crosses our entry, you would take calls. As soon as we hit our first trim, if you have one contract, you close there. That's it. You're done. If you have multiple contracts, you can close one and keep your runners for the second trim. But when you close the one, your stop loss becomes break even. So whatever you paid for the contract is where you're going to close. And then when you hit the second trim, your stop loss would move down to the first trim, and so on and so forth. And so if you played this correctly, from the open, where is it? Here. You would have come up, got your entry, hit your first trim, come back down. And so, again, one contract, we get our entry, we close at the first trim, we're done. Like, that's it. You take your profit, you run, you call it a day. And on this, you should have made decent money. I mean, this is a 7-point move on AVGO. And then if you're trimming, so we're along here, you figure out your stop loss. Whoa. Why does that not want to move? Here we go. So you figure out your stop loss. We'll just say 2-1. And when you take the trade, when you trim your contracts, like basically your stop loss is now going to move up to here. And so, yeah, you would have got stopped out, break even, but you would have trimmed one contract minimum, so you would have taken profits, right? And this is worst case scenario, right? And then, so I consider this a win because we we crossed through our call level, we hit our first trim. And if you let it run negative after that, like, that's on you. That's not how I tell people to take my trades. But with that said, I also had mentioned to them, like if you took the initial entry, whatever time it was, is right here at 9:35 Eastern, hit the first trim within like literally minutes, like it was quick. Came back down. I'm guessing this is where the person was saying they got stopped out, which is understandable. If you took the second entry, we never made it to our trim level. We came back up, boom, boom, boom. Like, you would have taken profits here, whatever, blah, blah, blah. At some point, if you were in it, like we got several entries, you could have made it all the way to the ultimate close entry. Well, that's not a good thing then on Moomoo. Arigato, I'm not doing requests today. I covered Amazon like on Saturday. And yes, you need to wait for a pullback right now. So there are days where I take requests, and today's just not one of them. It's pretty late, and I don't have time. When I do requests, it generally takes me like an hour and a half. This will be a quick 10 to 15 minute video. I'll show you my Amazon levels, but this was our trade today. Our entry at 194, first trim 195, second trim 196 and 35 cents, and then close, right? Oh no, I'm sorry. Third trim 198 and 10 cents, and then you're closing at 199 and 80 cents. We should be tapping 200, and we should probably tap 202, but right now is not the time to get in. I would wait until I cover it again, basically. But then I'm going to share this with you guys really quickly. I'll never understand why people are bound to looking for a specific trade, right? Like, oh, like on Amazon, what should I do? Like calls or puts or whatever. When I share trades, like, I'm looking to get as close to the bottom as I can, to catch a move up. And when I'm doing the inverse and I'm looking for puts, I'm looking to get in as close to the top as I can to run it back down. So when I'm looking at trades, I spend a lot of time looking for setups where I think we're at the bottom and we're about to run up. I'm not looking to get in as a run's going. I'm looking to get in as close to the bottom as possible. Exactly. Trade with the charts. And so, with that said, like, I never mind, like, some, people, when I take requests, I never mind looking at requests, but it's like, sometimes somebody will share a request and I'll be like, whoa, I didn't look at this. This is a really nice chart. Like, this is a good setup, but it's kind of rare. It's pretty rare because I look at a lot of charts when I go and share my plays with you guys. I look at a ton of charts and I only share a few setups. And that's because I'm looking for A++ setups. I don't want to share crappy plays with you guys. Like, I want trades that are going to work out. So, when I'm looking for setups, I'm trying to catch the bottom to take calls. I'm trying to catch the top to take puts. And I'm not saying like, all-time highs to take puts, but stocks, they stair step up and then they'll have a pullback and then they'll go back up. I'm looking for the top before that pullback, and I'm looking for the bottom before that next bounce. So nice, Rob. Let's see. Let's just pull it up. Where are we at? Or did I erase everything? I must have erased it. Yeah. Oh, well. I think my favorite trade right now is just because I don't I shared it with a bunch of my friends, which I don't normally do. But I was telling people to take shares at like 540. Yeah, right here. I think it was back here, 540 ish. And they were kind of freaking out when we were down here, and I was like, no, 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 chill, we're good, don't worry. And boom, went up to 23 something. Or wait, what is it? Yeah, 2386. It was dope. And when it hit like 14, I was telling everybody, close, 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 sell. So we made a bag. Anyway, enough of that. Oh, okay, I called the literal top on SCCO. Nice. I'll take it. Anyway, AVGO was a banger. Next one is going to be All of the Losers. Expedia, I mean, this isn't on purpose that they're the losers last, but that's the order that these trades worked out. And it started moving, which is, well, you know, I don't know. I'm pretty sure anybody that took our entry here, which is, you know, between these two white lines, which I was saying was the ultimate entry, I'm sure you guys probably took profits, but if you didn't, it doesn't matter. This is still a loss regardless. We were looking for calls over 126.20, and we were taking the safe close at 127, and I was pretty sure it was going to hit 127.12. We came just shy of that, 126.83, 17 cents off. Bummer. But I got to take my losses, you know, like I have to own up when the plays miss, and that's a miss. And then Google, I think Google was like a big miss, and it's pissing me off. Google was a day trade. And again, like, I feel like I've got to say this when I go over the videos, because technically I could call this a win. Our risky call entry was at 183.75. And then calls above 184.35, first trim 185.35, close at 186.95. And then I was pretty sure we were going to tap 187.50. But anyway, I generally say if you take the risky entry, then your first trim is going to be where you take the calls. But I didn't say that, I don't think. And so I'm just going to mark this down as a loss. Even though if you did do that, it should have been a win, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like, you would have got a win. Anyway, loser. So, that's that. Let's go over what I'm looking at for tomorrow. I've got some nice ones for you. Just a few, though, guys, but should be good. Yes, puppy ASMR. He's seriously, like, it's a thing. Maybe he gets stressed out when I do YouTube videos, and so he just starts squeaking on that toy. I don't know what it is, but he doesn't do that a lot during the day. I mean, he does from time to time, but not like he does when I'm doing videos. So the first trade we're looking at is going to be MU. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, we had a nice bounce here, had a good run up, you know, kind of stair step down, and we're bouncing again. We're probably going to go and make new all-time highs, but we're not looking for, or I don't know that it's all-time highs, but we're going to go make a new higher high. Yeah, it is an all-time high. So anyway, new higher high, probably a new all-time high, but we're not looking for all of that. I mean, you guys can if you want to, but just know it's going to take time, and you're going to have pullbacks and everything. So anyway, I'm looking for calls over 132 and 10 cents. First trim 133 and 10 cents. Second trim 135 and 40 cents. Third trim 136 and 84 cents. And then we'll close at 139. This should be 50, not 51. And so that's MU for you guys. The next one I have is going to be AMD. You guys are not going to like this. I'm sorry. They're all bangers, bro. We talked about this, I think, on Saturday. We're in this little wedge right now. And I said if this breaks, to the upside, we're going to get a nice move up. And if it breaks to the downside, we're going to get a nice move down. We broke to the downside today. So if anybody took this when we broke, like, you should have made some decent money. It's like, what? 56.50 down to 53.70-ish. 53.64. So you got a pretty good, like, 3-point move there. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can use fibs if you want whenever you have like a triangle like this. If you're looking for a move down, you grab the bottom to the top of the triangle, and then that'll give you your levels. Like your first level would be the 272, third is here, fourth, fifth, sixth. I'm just going to take the small win, but if you guys want to take a leap and shoot for 128, go for it. And then the inverse, for if you're looking for a move up, you would draw fibs from the top to the bottom, and that would give your levels to the upside. So if this triangle broke to the upside, you would expect 200 to get hit first. Okay. Anyway, for tomorrow, if we break 156.60 puts, first trim 154.70, second trim 153.70, and then close at 152.10. Okay. Nice, Robert. Sorry, my headphones just turned off because nobody's saying anything to me. Chewy. This will be good for somebody with a smaller account. We're not looking for a massive move here, but should be enough to make some money off of. So, same thing again. Like we stair-stepped, ripped up, and now we've had a nice pullback. We should be getting a bounce in this area somewhere, I would expect. Calls over 126.05. And actually, this is one of those where, let me show this to you guys, because I can't do this live with you. If I could, the way we trade would be very different, but if I'm able, well, this is really where I would like to get in long or calls. 24.73. 25.15 is another possible entry. I can't share plays like that because that would be if I was trading live. So I have to look for a move up. But if you guys are comfortable looking, for a reaction, to see if we're going to bounce, I would look for a reaction at 24.72 or 25.15. But anyway, if you want to just follow the play the way I have it, calls over 26.05, first trim 26.80, second trim 27.50, close at 28.30. And I just realized I haven't been telling you guys the time frame for these. MU is going to be 1 week out. Swing trade. AMD will be a day trade. Chewy, swing trade, 3 days out minimum on your contracts. Last one I have for you. I think this will work for small accounts as well. Shopify. I'm looking for puts. Again, smaller move. Retail will look at this and they'll be like, ooh, cup and handle. Yeah, you're right, it is, but it's going to come lower. So this is going to be a swing trade 2 days out. And this is important. if you guys play this, please get contracts either very close to in the money or in the money. Don't get like far out of the money or whatever. Anyway, puts below 64, first trim 63.10, second trim 62.30, and then close at 61.30. Okay. Let me just, I'm going to look through. Ashton, that's dope. I'm happy for you. $245 is a great day. If you're just clicking buttons, trading, that's killer. Like, that's not hard work. If you told me right now today I can make $245 trading every single day for the rest of my life, I would say sign me up. Like, if it was the option was I make 245 every single day for the rest of my life, or and I could never lose. I could never make more, but I could never take a loss. I would take 245 every single day for the rest of my life and be completely content. If like, versus having like a big winning day and then a losing day and a big winning day and a losing, like, I'll take 245 every single day for the rest of my life. No questions asked. Awesome art. Happy for you. JC, I mean, I give you guys the expiration date. If you're asking how I figure it out, is like, if I'm looking for example, I'm looking for like roughly a 3-point move here on Shopify. I see how long, it takes roughly to move 3 points, like on a day-to-day basis. And then I'll go a little bit further out. And so that's how I figure out like my expiration for trades. Traveling investor, thanks a bunch. I made a huge amount today. I want to see receipts, bro. That's awesome. Congratulations. All right. It looks like that's everything. Yeah, 89,425 per year. But we're just talking about the 245, right? So, I mean, I would have to have a stipulation that would be off of day trades, right? And then I would still be able to invest that 90,000 every year and collect dividends and whatever else. So, yeah, I mean, just be stacking stacks on top of stacks and stacks and stacks. You're a professional poker. You're a professional poker player, Robert. That's dope. Congrats, Devin. Happy for you. I want to see what Robert says. Oh, for sure, Devin. 100%. I'm curious about the poker because I used to play. Like, I used to actually like kind of crush on what was it? Poker Stars. Back in the day. I think the craziest tournament like I ever did was there was like 25,000 entrants and I took first. But when they like basically made online poker illegal in the United States and specifically California, they're all good ones. Yeah, but so when they made all of it illegal, I already I looked at JPM. I didn't see a setup, but I'll open it really quick. Yeah, so when they made it illegal, I still kept playing a little bit, and then they just made it more and more difficult, and I finally just said screw it. Because like the sites that you could play on, they were pretty crummy. So no worries, stocks with hope. Yeah. Hang on one second, guys. Apparently, my child's new thing is to talk to me whenever I'm making a video for you guys. Um, that's dope, Devin. I mean, JPM looks like it's gonna pull back further, but dude, oh, okay, I typed in the wrong ticker. Yeah, this is close. JPM is, yeah. Um, Here, I'll show you really quick. Where is that? So, you don't have to believe the magic, but I would. Um, these are clouds. They're very private clouds. They work extremely well. And when they're darker gray, like this section here, it means that price can't go through. And when they're open, or when they're lighter gray like this, it means the clouds are open and price can cross through it. Now, this is not like something where, the software is like, oh, like price is gonna break through this. So let me open really quick. These can only open or close once a week because these are weekly clouds that we're looking at here. And you can see here, like price came down, it hit the mid, bounced right off the mid, hit the closed cloud, rejected, came back up. The cloud just opened, and then right then price was able to go through. Like I don't know where we're at in the week here, but if the software thought, oh, price is going to break it here, it could have opened here as well. But these are weekly clouds with, what candlesticks am I looking at? These are daily candlesticks. So, I mean, it had plenty of time to open, but it didn't. And here, again, right before price crossed through it, it opened up. Now, they were open for a bit, and they've closed again, and we've come down, hit the mid again, and rejected right off of the closed cloud. I would not be surprised as a minimum to see the mid, like 194. We'll call it 195. I also would not be surprised to see a full move all the way down to the bottom of the weekly cloud at, we'll just say 183.50. Okay? Bro. Hef. Markel, like, what got me into trading? I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was like AMC or GME or whatever was when I started. I mean, like I was trading before that, but not like, like I would buy shares here and there or whatever, throw some money in, buy some shares. But when the AMC GME thing like kind of hit was when I started getting more interested and more serious. And then I started studying like crazy, but I feel like I wasn't necessarily studying the right things because I was studying, like whatever, EMAs, MACDs, moving averages, RSI, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then it's a pretty long story, but I ended up meeting my mentor, and he taught me, he's a market maker, so he actually taught me what the market makers can't hide from us. And so that's what I started learning and studying. And he was mentoring me a little bit. And I just ran with it. Whenever anything I do, like, I wouldn't say that I'm the best, but I'm going to try my hardest to be the best that I can be. I don't have to be the best in the world, but I'm going to try my hardest to be the best I can be. I should have said MU is a swing trade 1 week out. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. So, and then I know at one point before I met my mentor, like I was following Keenan on YouTube. And this is actually kind of a funny story. Back then, I used to live in a townhome, and my neighbor, like that lived, in the adjoining unit, he would follow Keenan as well. And one day, like he chickened out on a trade and sold early or whatever, and so I actually like Amazoned some oven mitts to him. Like, dude, if the kitchen's too hot, you better put on your oven mitts. So that's how I got into trading. But yeah, I always just strive to be the best that I can be, and like, it might sound corny or whatever, but it's just the reality. Like, I want to be a good example for my children, and so I work hard, I play hard. I'm always kind of grinding, studying, reading, watching videos. Still to this day, like, I think a lot of people would look at me and be like, dude, really good trader, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And for me, I'm not good enough. Like, I still have a way to go. So I still study, I still read, I still put in a lot of work. So yeah, MU is going, or sorry, JPM, I would close any call positions or whatever. Yeah, it's going to be going down lower. Tesla, I don't even know why we're talking about Tesla. I know they have like news coming. Yeah, we're at the top of the weekly. And you guys can see again, like, these clouds are killer. Closed here, open, come slice through. This right here where we break through and then retest, this is called a bearish backdoor. And like, when you retest the cloud, you would go puts. And then we retest again, you take puts again, boom, 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 all the way down. I mean, obviously, you're not going to know where to close, but this is a massive move, right? Clouds are still open here. We break through. Same thing. We came above, retest. This is where you would take calls. Boom, you play it up. Come back down, come inside. You could have gone calls off the mid here. Closed again here. They did open up here, but then closed again pretty quickly. All closed through here, closed here, but yeah. We're at this weekly top. Oh, they're going to rock it. I know exactly. I looked at this and I know exactly why I didn't share it with you guys. It's because price is at like 109. And right now we're inside the weekly top, right? Is this the weekly? Yeah. And if we look at that, this is our weekly here, right? If you look here, there's a good chance we reject. If we break above, there's a good chance we run. But realistically, break above, you want to see a retest and then go calls. But if you guys are jonesing over 214.40, and again, I didn't call this out because it's so far away. But I mean, Tesla can do this in one day tomorrow. but it's gonna rocket. 214. What's the news tomorrow? Or they have news coming out, like something like deliveries or something like that, right? First, let me erase this. I mean, this was a slapper if anybody listened. I've been saying for a while that Tesla was going to 200, right? And then possibly 202, 205. And we hit all those levels and then some. Anyway, let's erase everything over 214. You guys always suck me in, man. I mean, Hef, like, I kind of have a crush on you, bro, so I have to look. Oh, quarterly sales earning? Yeah. Deliveries, quarterly sales earnings. Oh, it's coming out an hour before the open? Sorry, guys. You're not gonna be making money on this one. Unless, I guess, you have Robinhood and you like it. Never mind. I won't say. Oh, yeah. You like it without loop because they might remove the buy or sell button at any given time. What, they have the 24-hour market now? I don't know if that applies to options as well, but yeah, you could probably get in now. They break 214. We are going, like, not just a little bit. We are like going. What was I looking at? What was I? Oh, I know what I was looking at. Yeah, sorry, man, but it's the truth. I have to tell you guys how it is, so it will be with no loop. Do you guys see what I see? We have free space all the way up to 284. $284. One, two, three, four. Yeah. There might be a pullback first, but whew. Yeah. So based on like just Elliott waves, we're going to 215 minimum. Yeah, like every. So to me, one of the most significant time frames for Elliott waves is the 30-day, 30-minute. And right now, it's basically saying if we pull back to 202, it's going to trigger a full send up, which would send it to at least like 215-ish, right? 30-day 1 hour, same thing. 30-day 65-minute, 30-day 2 hour, same thing. 30-day 4 hour, same level. You want it the full send to trigger in this green box. But with the news tomorrow, I don't think, I don't think we're going to get a pullback first. I think it's just going to go. Yeah. If you guys have been following, I don't know, for like a couple of months since I started kind of doing the option trades, I was saying, NVIDIA. I said, if you put 50 grand into NVIDIA calls, you'll be a millionaire. And I'm sure nobody listened to me, but you would have been a millionaire. I didn't listen to me, but let me see what else. I mean, it's just going to go, guys. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's not, I mean, like, the initial move is going to be good and quick. I'll give you guys some levels and we'll just see how hard we crush it, right? First trim. Second trim. Third. Fourth. Fifth trim. Six. Seven. Eight. I'll stop there. But if you take let's just say 3 to 6 months out, I mean, me personally, like, I would probably be targeting like right around here. But actually, I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna say a year out. Actually, you know what? I want to be more serious about this. If I'm gonna throw out crazy ass levels, let me be serious about this. How long did it take to go from here to here? Where is it? Right there. 93 days. So, yeah, 4 months out, 5 months out, 6 months out, something like that. Doable. You guys saw it here first, okay? If anybody copies this, you know that it's from my channel. I'm saying that once we break through this, we have nothing but free space, basically, to go to the monthly top. And I mean, yeah, there are some levels that I've given where there's some resistance, but yeah, this is possible, especially if, you know, whatever ends up being good. Earnings on the 17th, news tomorrow. You know, if all of that stuff is good, yeah, 100%. Markel, I think it's bad to play earnings and sales reports, period. I don't, I mean, that's something you'll see me talk about on this channel. Trade, I don't trade news events. I don't trade, earnings. It's all gambling. Like, you're probably better off just going to the casino and putting however much money on black and spinning the wheel really quick on roulette. And then that way it's kind of painless. It's like really quick, 30 seconds, rip the Band-Aid off. You either win or you lose. But other than that, like, I don't gamble markets. Otherwise, like, you know, everything that I've gone over Like if we look at SPY, like why on earth would you spend all the time drawing all these levels and doing technical analysis and figuring out where, things are going to go and bounce and blah, 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 and where it's going to reject? Just go to the casino, put it on black, spin the wheel, rip off the Band-Aid. So I trade technicals. I don't trade news. I don't trade earnings. It actually kind of trips me out. Like so often people will be like, hey, can you look at whatever stock for me? And then they're like, they have earnings tomorrow. And I'm like, so what am I looking at? Like, there's no TA that's going to help you with that earnings report. Like, it's a gamble. It could go either way. No matter what the technical analysis says, why am I going to look at the chart? Because, like, the earnings report is going to trump anything that I see on the charts. So why even bother looking at it? Right? So that's what we do. That's what I do. You guys play how you trade, but anytime you hear like, and I feel like just today, like what was it? Or yesterday, somebody was like, oh, such a, like Broadcom. I don't even know if this is true because I haven't heard about it, but somebody was saying like Broadcom has a share split coming and should they get in, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, like once you hear the news, it's too late. Like, I guess that's why they always said, buy the rumor, sell the news. But for me personally, like I don't want any part of news. Devin, it doesn't matter, right? They've got like a huge report coming out in the morning, an hour before the market opens. So again, any TA that I see is not going to play out, right? If there wasn't that report coming out in the morning, I would be happy to look at downside for you, but there's just no point. And also with that said, you look at the clouds, you have so much resistance to the downside. I don't know if you guys understand how these clouds work yet, but when you're inside of a cloud, it's generally kind of choppy. So like if you look here, this is a daily cloud, this blue one, daily. And we just chop. And then as soon as we break out of it, like, I mean, this is pre-market. So the very next day, we went from, I guess, the bottom of the cloud almost all the way up to the 4-hour top. Or maybe it was the other way around. I don't know. Opened here, touched there, closed down here somewhere. But so you can see, like, once we got into this free space, it moved really quickly. And then, again, get into free space here, we move very quickly. This is a mid here, and we were kind of chopping at the mid and then move quick, right? So right here, we're inside of a cloud with levels below. So to the downside, there's going to be a lot of support. Okay? Again, I'll say this again. When I look at trades for you guys, I'm not looking, like on Tesla. Like, I'm not looking, to call out longs or to call out calls after a massive run up, right? We already took this. I don't even remember what price we got in at, but I know like one of our levels was 202, one was 205. Like, we already caught this run up, right? And now, like, I'm waiting for some kind of an indication that we're going to dump or a healthy pullback where then I will again look for the next run up, But right now, there's just not a setup. What's my favorite stock to trade? Why are you asking me for Why are you asking me for requests when I said I'm not doing requests? You guys suck. I trade futures. I don't trade stocks. Markel. This is me right here. NQ futures live right now. I can trade 23 hours a day, 6 days a week, and make lots and lots and lots of money. Um, it's really easier than trading options, and it's a lot better in every aspect. So you don't have it's taxed at a better tax rate. So like there's the on options, unless you're holding an option for over a year, you're going to get capital gains tax. And I don't know what that is exactly mathematically, but I'm not a CPA, so you'd have to speak with them. But I know that capital gains, you're going to be paying way more in taxes than you would on your regular taxes. And futures are taxed at a 60-40 tax rate, which means that 40% of your trade is taxed at capital gains, and the other 60% is taxed at your regular tax rate. Um, and there's no theta decay, there's no Greeks. Like, there's just nothing but positives as to why to trade them. Um, and I really can't think of any negatives compared to like options. No. So, Johnny, I feel like I've already covered two um, stocks for a small account. Um, PLTR, I'm not a fan. I mean, we can peek at it. I'm not stoked on this, guys. There's no setup right now. Um, so right now it needs to get a little bit higher than 2661, and then we'll have a pulled back. And I mean, that's less than, um, if I can math, it's 80 cents away. So I can't really share a trade with you when there's like only the potential for an 80-cent move. Um, so, dude, William is just bugging. Um, Andrew Chow, I use Quantower to trade because they have beautiful, what's it called? They have beautiful footprint charts. And then if you're wanting to trade with cash, I would recommend um, AMP, which then you connect to Quantower, and you get, as long as you deposit like over $100 in AMP. I'm gonna look at Apple for you, William, even though it's completely pointless. Um, um, no, the plays I called out for the smaller trades is gonna be Shopify, and what was the other one? Um, Chewy and Shopify. Yeah, so Johnny, I mean the issue is like, and I talked about this during the stream, when you guys ask for requests, like I'm always trying to catch like the top of a run to take puts and the bottom of a sell off to grab calls. And I look at like tons of stocks to find like four setups or two setups. And there's just, it's like when you throw out a random indicator, every once in a while, somebody will throw one out that happens to be setting up nicely, but it's very rare. And most of the stuff that people ask for, I've already looked at. Like I already looked at JPM, I've already looked at Apple, I've already looked at Tesla. There isn't a setup there. Um, the where was I going? Yeah, but so on PLTR, like we're looking for another like 80 cents to the upside, and then we're going to be looking for a pullback. Um, I mean, I can pull this up on the screen if you guys want to see it. It's MU over 132 and 10 cents. First trim 133 and 10 cents. Calls swing trade 1 week out. AMD 156.60. First trim 154 and 70 cents. These are puts. It's a day trade. Chewy 26.05. First trim 26.80. Calls swing trade 3 days out. Shop 64. First trim 63.10. It's puts. Swing trade 2 days out. Make sure that you get close or in the money options, or close to the money or in the money options. No. I'll pull it up, William, just because, like, I said I wasn't going to do requests, and everybody's been asking for stuff. And here's the thing: when I say I'm not going to do requests, it's because I don't have time. And you guys have to remember, I have a family, I have kids, I have a wife, I have a baby on the way. I'm trying to get the room ready for the baby. I have to paint. I need to hang curtains and put up shutters and all kinds of crap. So it's not that I don't want to look at stuff, it's that I have stuff to do. And so that's why I can't always look at your requests. And like I said, most of these I've already looked at. I've looked at Apple, and it's the same thing. Like right now, we're waiting for this move up to finish, which basically means it needs to go higher than 220 and 20 cents. On smaller time frames, 217 and 50 cents would complete the move up. And then we'll be looking for a pullback. Okay? No. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, William. I'm just saying, like, I was just explaining the reason why, when I say I don't have time, to look at requests, is because I've got stuff going on. Otherwise, I'm happy to look at them, but yeah, like Apple, I don't think it's in a very good place. Yeah. So I've shown you guys enough on the clouds, and I've kind of taught you guys about the clouds, and this is where Apple is. So we're inside the daily cloud. We are inside a closed. Oh wait, this is 4 hour. So we're inside the 4 hour, and we're inside of a closed daily cloud, and like literally tapped the very top of it. So if this is not accurate, I don't know what is, right? And again, since this is a daily cloud, this can open one time a day, and it can also move one time a day. So there's a chance that this cloud opens tomorrow. There's also a chance, I'm sure it will move up tomorrow as well. But right now, I mean, we've just been kind of stuck inside of this closed cloud. We have wicked through it, but always come back inside. So there's just not a setup right now for Apple. Sorry. Okay. No. Again, guys, I don't want you guys to feel like, like you're giving me a hard time or whatever by asking. It's just, I've talked about this quite a few times. If you guys want to see the list of stocks I look at, I'll show you here. So in Thinkorswim, I have this watch list called ATR greater than 2. So this is any stock that has an average true range greater than 2 points, right? And so any stock that has enough volatility to move 2 points in a day shows up on this list. And you can see Apple, ABBV, Airbnb, AMAT, AMD, Amazon, AVGO. I mean, like, it's a long list that I go through every single day. And some days it's bigger than other days. Some days it's smaller than other days. But so if you know, so any day that a stock has a an average true range greater than 2, it's going to show up on this list. And so sometimes stocks will show up on the list and sometimes they don't. Like sometimes PLTR will show up on this list. Today it's not on here. Um, Sometimes, I don't know. I mean, there's a bunch of stocks where like sometimes I'll see them and sometimes I don't. But I look at a pretty good list of very popular stocks based on that. Uh, I also have an average true range greater than 10 watch list, but I don't really use that one very much because it's very limited on how much stuff is on there. Um, but so that's it. I mean, I look at quite a few stocks for you guys, and, you know, I only share a few that I actually see good setups for. So I wonder what your options are on shop. Are we close? Now I'm curious. I want to see calls and puts. Oh, you're saying like you shared the actual contracts. Got it. So I'll talk about that really quick. The reason that I don't give like an actual contract or an expiration date or whatever, because I could very easily say take, you know, this contract for whatever 130 calls, you know, for July 31st expiration, blah 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 blah. Is the way that I do it right now. Nobody can say that I'm trying to manipulate the market because it's completely in all of your hands to decide what option contracts you're taking, to decide um, what expiration you're taking, all of that stuff. And so the SEC can never come at me and be like, dude, like you're manipulating the market, you know, like you have a big enough following that you can move the market and blah, 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 blah. And now you're going to jail. So, again, I have a family to take care of. With that said, I'm a very nice person. I want to help people out. So I give levels. And with those levels, I mean, I can tell you, I don't share a stop loss because, again, that could be construed as manipulation. Um, but with that said, I don't think it's difficult to figure out where your stop loss should be. You just figure out one risk to reward, and then you know where your stop loss should be. That's pretty simple. Like if all of us go, you know, to whatever trade that we called out, I don't know. We'll go look at what is it? Shopify. Um, so if all of us right now figured out where our stop loss would be for two risk, or sorry, for one risk, two reward, take profit, we would all find exactly the same level, right? But by me not saying it live on the internet, I'm not manipulating the market. Um, and so again, like you know, the point I was getting to is I'm a nice person. I like to try to help people out, so I like to share the plays. But you guys have to, you know, figure out which to run, and that's also not difficult. I say you want an expiration at least 3 days out or whatever, um, and then so you just figure out what expiration is affordable for you based on the information that I've given you. And then on the specific trade, you just look for a strike price that has open interest over 800, preferably over 1,000, but 800 is enough. And then once you have all of that, you have your recipe for success, right? It's shouldn't be too complicated. Um, and when I say this, it's not to be disrespectful, but I can't hold your guys' hand, right? I actually have people that will DM me and be like, should I close now? Like, I'm in this trade that you called out, and if you ever do that, I can actually give you the answer right now, in this very moment, the same answer that I will reply to you with. If you take one of my trades, like let's just say you take shop, right? And you're in shop and we got in at the puts below and now it's crossed through the first trim and now it's here and it's bouncing around a little bit and you're wondering, should I close here or is it going to possibly go here? Or if I wait even longer, is it possible that it's going to go here? Now, if I didn't think it was possible it was going to go here, I wouldn't give you this level. And if I thought you should close here, I would tell you you should close here. And what I'm going to reply to you with is when you entered this trade, when you clicked the buy button or the sell button, whatever you want to call it, on that option contract, you should have a plan. And so if you're taking one contract, your plan should be to exit at the first trim. If you have two contracts, you're selling one at the first trim, you're putting your stop loss at break even, and you're selling the second one at the second trim, and you're done. If you have three contracts, trim one here, stop loss becomes break even. When you hit the second trim, you trim one here, stop loss becomes the first trim. And when you hit here, you close your third trim, or you close your full position, whatever that is. Even if you had 5 contracts, 3 contracts, it doesn't matter. You close everything here and you're done. And so if you took one contract, your plan should be enter here, close here, and you're done. But if you are confused after that and you DM me and say, hey, like, should I close here in the middle of space between the two levels? My reply is going to be, whatever your plan was when you took the trade is what you should do. Because that's what you should do. And what that means is you figure out your stop loss. You figure out your take profit. You make sure you're risking a minimum of $1 to make 2, which we can see here. And either this gets hit or this gets hit. If you're planning on entering here, closing here, then obviously these levels are going to be very different. And the answer should be, did it hit your stop loss? No. So then you should still be in the trade. Or did it hit your stop loss or take profit? No. Then you should still be in the trade. Did it hit your take profit? Yes. Okay, you should have closed. Did it hit your stop loss? Yes. Then you should already be kicked out. I mean, that's it. I don't know what else to say. Exactly. 100% Andrew Chow. That's the one. So, again, I'm trying to basically protect myself and not be accused of manipulating the market, but at the same time share trades with you guys and help you out. So, Markel, get off of a margin account. It was a very simple answer to that. So, one thing that people are very confused about when they're trading options is they think they have to have $25,000 to be able to day trade. That's not true. You have to have $25,000 to day trade on a margin account. You don't need $25,000 to trade on a cash account. So all you have to do is switch your account to cash, and then you can day trade to your heart's content as long as you have buying power. That's another positive to future trading. You have unlimited day trades on margin. So, and you don't run out of buying power. So there's all that. Nothing but positives to futures. So, all right, that's going to do it. This video was supposed to be like 15, 20 minutes, and we've been here for hours again. I think you guys do this to me every single night, like every time. All right. All right, everybody. Much love, much respect. Peace out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.